Hey everybody, just wanted to do a quick video on Bootstrap real quick. Um, I love Bootstrap, I use it every day. It's for somebody who's not a big design guy like me, it makes it super easy to actually place stuff on the page. Ton of other options out there. You can get really intense with your styling and everything. Um, but if you just want to throw something up on the page or get some of the templated stuff, just makes kind of getting something going easier. And I mean, you can really get into it and make some really, really cool stuff. The greatest thing to me about it is the grid system because it's just like, no, if I'm like, I just want it to be on the right side of the page or whatever it is, or the separation, you can do it. So the grid system I'm talking about is, so this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 right here. This is Bootstrap breaks it down into rows, which is a row right here, and columns. So up to 12 columns. So it's one row, 12 columns, right? And we can see this in our inspector here. If we look in this row, so the row itself, you can see it's highlighting that top row. That's one row. And you do that, Bootstrap, everything is classes in Bootstrap, okay? So you add this row class to it, and that's gonna give you that row that you're messing with. And then within that, you have columns, which you'd use the call hyphen however many columns you want class to make it the column. And remember, the columns are going to be, there's going to be 12 total, right? So, and I'll show you down the road a little bit the difference in that. But if you just give it just one column a piece, then you'll have what we have here. So you have 1, 2, 3, 4, all the way to 12, right? There you go, those two. Okay, so that may, I don't know if if it blew your mind or not, or you're like, oh, okay. But when you're trying to put stuff on a page, it's super helpful. Say you want to put, 3 pictures next to each other. Obviously you can do it with CSS, but this is just so it's fast and it just throws it right there. And it gives you margin and padding and stuff as well, which I'll show you down here. So yeah, if you just want stuff in a single row, in a single column, you can do it just with the call one. But if you want it to be different, like these down here, like say these were 3 pictures and you wanted them, even on the page, then you can do the call -4, which we'll see in this next row. Oh, there we go. In this row. We have column 4, right? So that just gives you that area, which is cool because it throws it on there. I know it looks, nothing fancy with what I've got on here, but imagine. And then you can also kind of see right here that I've got this MT-5. So this is another really cool thing about Bootstrap is these classes, it's got classes for margin and for padding, and for a ton of other things like text-center will center your text, a bunch of things. But the margin and padding, all you do is you do M and then whichever margin or padding you want, M or P. And then, so this is margin top and it has 1 through 5. And each one is set to a different number of pixels maybe. It's set to a different width basically of how big it is. So you'll notice I can change it here. If I change this, so you can, first off, you see in the orange right here, that's what we're talking about. That's the 5. So if I change this to like 2, then you can see it's shortened right up, right? So there's less there. So it's really cool. It's really quick just to grab that and throw it in there while you're coding. And then besides just being evenly spaced, you can do some really cool stuff with the columns. And so like here we have 4, 2, and 6, right? So it's not all even throughout. It still equals 12, but you can you can get wild with it. So right here you see we have the 1, 1, and 10, and then we got the opposite of that, the 10, 1, and 1, and then a 7, 4, and 1. Yeah, I mean, it's just really cool. I always use it. It's easy to do, easy to get started with. So if we go to the Bootstrap website, which is getbootstrap.com, then you can either npm install it into your project, but if you're doing just like a basic HTML project, then you can just use the CDN. You can do this in React or whatever too, but yeah, super easy. So you just grab this link here and you just throw it in your head where you put all your links. So right here, so I threw it in there. Probably should have put my style sheet after it, which would have been a good idea. I'll fix that. Okay. In case you don't know to move stuff around easily in VS Code, you can hold Alt and just push up or down wherever you want to take it to, and it'll just move to that next line. It's a pretty helpful little deal there. Cool. Okay, so yep, you got to get the link, and then you got to get the script, and the script is going to help you with some other cool stuff that I'll tell you about here in just a minute. And your script, of course, you're going to put down at the bottom of your body, okay, right before the end. The script is going to handle things, the function of things, right? What JavaScript does. So if we look at the Bootstrap docs here, there are, if you scroll down here, if you look at layout and click on grid, it goes through and explains to you everything that I just did about the columns and how it works. Oh, and yeah, the other thing, responsiveness. Like, it's awesome that it handles responsiveness for it. So I don't have to go in there and make a media query for every single thing. What you can do is you can add XS or all these different screen sizes just by using the little classes here. And so, for example, if we go in here, if we wanted, let's go to our 4x4s. Okay, so if we wanted this to be 4 on an extra small screen, so it starts mobile first. So this is extra small screen, so you don't have to specify that. But if on a large screen, let's say we wanted this to be like all the way across, then let's see if this is going to work. Yep, cool. So you see right here, now this one is now all the way across. It took up all 12 rows because I'm on a large screen. If I go to a small screen, you can see, bam, we're back to our 3 here, right? Show you that again if you didn't get it. So because this one we gave 12 for the large screen, it's going to take up all 12 and it's going to kick those guys down, which that's bad practice. We should make sure we count for these guys as well, which we will in a second. But you can see that if we go to the small screen, bam, that 12 row is now this 4 row again. So to account for the other ones, what we could do is you can do D is for display, so changing your display style. You can do D large none, and so these will not show up on the large screen. Okay, so now if we look at it, you can see we just have just the one div that we had before. But if we go back to our mobile size, we have all 3 back again. Pretty crazy, I think. Yeah, so also, if whenever we're on the docs page, it's got all of these components that are pre-built that you can just grab and use and tweak however you need to. So for instance, navbar, right? We all started with the navbar. Everybody has trouble with the navbar. It's like hardest thing to do. But you can go through here and you can look at these different navbars that they have. So these are like, oh, those are regular ones. And so let's say we'll just grab one, just a normal basic one if we can find one. Okay, we'll grab one of these guys, right? We'll grab that top one. Okay, so just copy this code right here, and we're going to get this whole navbar. And so we can go back to our code. Let's just throw it in at the top. All right, now we go back here to our code. Bam, look at that. Oh, sorry. We got this navbar up top here. It's got a drop down. It's got all this stuff. Super cool. Let me get rid of these guys so we can see a little better here. Let me give this guy padding top of 5. Okay. There we go. So see that? All we had to do is grab it and put it in here, and then we can adjust it, and it has its own classes and its own everything to what's the word? Customize. There we go. Customize for however we want. So much to it. There's so much. I'm not going to go through all of it because there's so much. But so I showed you how to get it and with the CSS. So we go back to our home page. Yep, right down here with the link and then with the script. Bam, you got it. Good to go. One thing that the script does that's pretty cool with the nav bar. Let's see if the one I have has it. Yeah, so there's a toggle. So that toggle, that happens because of that script, because of the JS that it's bringing in. So didn't even have to code that. It was brought in. It's awesome. Yeah, I think that's it in a super fast nutshell. There's so much more to it, as you saw. There are, I mean, tons of things. You get a little progress deal that's a little, look at that, a progress bar that you can put in there that'll move. Tooltips, toast are really cool. They like pop up. Clicked away. Yeah, so see that popped up at the bottom down there? How cool is that? Yeah, so tons of stuff. Pagination, cards, accordions, like stuff that, yeah, like you can use really easily. Yeah, I think that's it. The grid is just, it's amazing. Again, there's a ton of other tools out there which are really cool and probably do like way cooler stuff. But to me, this made, when I was starting, this made actually putting stuff on the page much less frustrating. So anyway, that's it. I hope it helps. And yeah, keep coding. Let me know if you have any questions.